I want to paint a painting for you using acrylic paints. A friend of mine gave me this picture of Mount Hood here in Oregon, and I thought it would be a good picture to try to paint, so we're going to do that. And I have a pretty limited palette here. Titanium white, bright yellow, bright red, raw sienna, ultramarine blue, and some hooker's green. And I have a 16 by 20 canvas that I've put on my board here. It's just unstretched canvas. And we'll get started here. Start off with here, I'm going to spray a little bit of just plain water on the canvas to dampen it a little bit. And then we're going to use some of my titanium white and some of the phthalo blue and put some sky in here. I'm blending the blue and the white together here to make the top part of the sky darker and the bottom part of the sky, the horizon, lighter. And now a neutral blue-gray to block in the mountain shape. And for the lake water, we're using a similar blue, only darker and grayer. And I'm going to blend it and smooth it with a large brush. For the tree line, I'm putting down a base of a gray, blue, green. Now I've switched to a smaller brush and putting in some darker midtones and some detail for the trees. And now some darker tones on the mountain to add a little bit of detail and definition to the shapes. And as always, I've been trying to keep all my brush strokes as loose as possible. Okay, I've allowed the painting to dry for an hour or so, so now I'm moving on to the foreground detail. I'm just putting in some simple branch shapes. Most of these are probably going to be covered up with the leaves later. Now I'm just putting in some very loose shapes for the background dark color of the leaves. Now we're going back over it with a mid-tone leaf color. Also using just a very loose leaf shape. And leaving some of the dark color showing through here and there. And now some highlights on the leaves of a much lighter color. And I made a few adjustments here and there with some darker colors, and there's a few green leaves I put in. I wasn't really happy with the color of Mount Hood, so I put a titanium glaze over it to push it back a little bit. And I didn't think there was quite enough snow on it for this time of the year, so I added some more snow. I'm using a dry brush for this effect so the paint breaks. I let the painting dry for a couple hours, then I came back with a pencil and put in some definition around the leaves. I'm using a Faber-Castell Pitt artist pen for this. This further defines the leaf shape. Then it was time to put my signature on it and call it done. Well, I hope you have enjoyed watching me paint this picture of Mount Hood with the fall leaves in the foreground. I hope you have enjoyed watching my video. If so, leave a comment. Thanks for watching. See you around.